Yeah, we're live. We're live. Hi and welcome back to the channel, guys. I don't know. I think my lighting is not proper. Let's try this. I think it's a bit better. Yeah, it's not the greatest. Yeah, y'all are gonna have to forgive me today. My lighting is not the best, but yeah, the show must go on, as they say. So let's move this. Yo, it's really bad. Just hang on one sec. I need to clear this. Is it a bit better now? In terms of the lighting and the camera. My camera is looking a bit blurry. I don't know if it's fine now. But hopefully you guys can let me know if it's not looking proper. Yeah. I don't know, like I always do, like just please let me know if you guys can hear me in the chat. Please let me know if you can hear me, because right now I'm not quite sure if the audio is good or not. Is it clear? Let me see, let me sort something out quickly. Where is it? I think we're good to go. I think we're good to go. Yeah, I think we're good to go. But anyways, hi and welcome back to the channel, guys. I hope everyone's good. Welcome to another episode of the Weekend Roundup, as we always do every Sunday night. I'm seeing we've got a lot of people watching live right now. Please hit the like button, guys. Hit the like button. Just get those like numbers up. Algorithm. It helps with the algorithm, guys. When you guys hit the like button, YouTube is happy. You see, don't just watch, guys. Come on, watch, but hit the like button as well. Get me some, let's help with the algorithm. Let's make YouTube happy here. That's what pays the bills. You get me? So, like I said, please hit the like button. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, guys. That's another thing. I know a lot of you guys enjoy my content, but come on, guys, just hit the like button. And if you have subscribed to the channel, right? Turn on your notifications. That way, every time I go live or post a video or whatever, short video, live, whatever, anything I do on this channel, if you turn your notifications on, anytime I go live, you'll be the first people to know, because the notifications will just basically automatically let you know. So make sure those notifications are on, guys. Make sure they're on. Make sure let's subscribe. Make sure you like the video. Also forward the video to other people. I know some of you people are in the group chats here with your friends and families. Forward the group chat. Let's get forward the videos. Let's get the channel to grow even more. Yeah. Anyways, it's a good day. Well, it was almost a good day. If only Liverpool had lost, it would have been an even better weekend. But as a Man United fan, I don't know, I'll take it. We've been taking L's after L's after L's, week in, week out. So the fact that this weekend we didn't lose is it's a good thing. It's a good thing. In as much as I want Ten Hag gone and sacked, I'm not one of those fans who want us to lose just so Ten Hag can get the sack. I want us to win, still sack him, because you can see he's not good enough. But yeah, anyways, let me go through some of the comments, because I see the chat is busy. Hello World says hello. Hello, how are you doing? Banti Kumar says, how are you doing, bro? I'm good. I'm good, thanks. I'm very good. How are you? Raman, hi. How's it? How you doing? Roman, I see you asking where I'm from. I'm from South Africa. South Africa. Where are you from? Let me know in the chat. Maybe I should just do that. House rules. Everyone in the chat right now, let me know where you're from. Just put a flag of wherever you're from. If you're from South Africa like me, put a South African flag in the chat. If you're from Nigeria, the UK, Germany, wherever, just put a flag of whichever country you're from. And yeah, let's get to know each other basically. Let's do that. Let's do that. And if you haven't already, please like the video, like I said, guys. Let's get the like numbers up. Let's get the like numbers up. Hello, it says, where are you from? I've already said that. What? I've got zero. Hey, hello world. Like the channel, the video just started, bro. We were 6 minutes into the live. 6 minutes, and you're already complaining. Wow. It is what it is. I guess you can't please everyone. It's cool. But anyways, is it PKAF or PKF says what? Yeah, I'm just getting violated in this channel in these chats. What's going on here? But anyways, it is what it is. I see you, Brandon. I see you there. How's my guy? Thanks for tuning in. Please hit the like, guys. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Let's get those like buttons, like numbers up. But yeah, as I was saying before, I was getting cooked by my own chat. It's been a good weekend of football, really. It's been a very good weekend of football. I mean, Arsenal lost, which is beautiful. Man United won for the first time in God knows how long. City almost drew, which kind of ruined the whole thing. It kind of ruined the whole thing for me because if they had drawn, then that would have made the title race a bit more interesting, you know. But wait, what is going on here? Let me see if I can do something here real quick. There we go. Yeah. We've got a bit of a troll. But anyways, he's gone. Or they're gone. Anyways, let's keep it moving. As I was saying, United won. Good news. First win in forever. The other good news is City almost dropped points, but they won in the last minute. Scum. John Stones again. He saved them against Arsenal when he scored the equalizer in the 98th minute? Today was in the 95th minute, so that was a bit annoying. Who else? Chelsea lost. I like Chelsea losing. The only problem is they lost to Liverpool. If there's any team whom I hate more than any team in the world, it's Liverpool. Like, I would literally support anyone except for Liverpool. I'd even have City. If I'm being asked to pick between the two, I'd rather Liverpool lose. But honestly, they won and they go back top of the league, so that's annoying. But it is what it is, really. Let's just keep it moving. But before I get into the show itself, let me go through one of the other comments. Dima says, "Glory, Man United, bro. Glory, my brother or sister. I'm not sure however you identify. Glory. But yeah. Anyways, where do we start? I think we should start with the Super Sunday game. The game with Chelsea versus Liverpool. The game we just watched. I'm assuming most of us watched that game because, yeah, going into that game, I predicted a 2-2 draw between the two sides. I almost got it spot on. I almost did, but unfortunately, towards the it didn't go as much as I planned. But I remember I said in the preview on Friday, I said that it's going to be a close game. I said it's going to be tight. I said whoever wins it, if they're to win it, will win by 1 goal margin. But what I thought would actually happen was it would end in a 2-2 draw between the two sides. However, it ended up in a 2-1 win for, what do you call? It ended up in a 2-1 win for Liverpool. I had predicted Jackson to score. That's one thing I got right. I predicted Nicholas Jackson to score, or I predicted Mo Salah to score as well. And then the other two guys I predicted to score were Jota as well as, what's his name? What did I predict to score? I predicted Salah to score, Jota to score, Jackson, and Cole Palmer. Obviously, Cole Palmer today was a bit of a ghost. He didn't really do anything, if we're being honest. Like, he was a no-show. Like, I'm not saying Chelsea lost because of Cole Palmer. However, he wasn't that good, if we're being honest. Like, he wasn't. He just, yeah, he wasn't that good. He just wasn't. But anyways, if I was a Chelsea fan watching that game today, right? The way, like, obviously, no fan wants to see their team lose because it's annoying. You want to win all your games, which again is impossible, but you'd like to see a team win as much as you can. So if I'm seeing my team go away to Anfield, which according to me personally, the hardest stadium to go away in the Premier League is Anfield. That is, for me, the most challenging fixture I think there is in the Premier League. Going to Anfield as an away team is very, very difficult. The crowd are hostile, the fans get behind their team, the atmosphere. It is one of the most terrifying and most intense stadiums in the Premier League. So to go away and actually play as well as Chelsea did, I'd be taking something away from that. Honestly, like, it's not like they went to Anfield and got smoked 5, 6, 7-0 like us. They went there, and if I'm being honest, right, the first goal that Chelsea scored was basically against a run of play. It was, like, honestly, if you look at how the game was going, right, Chelsea were the ones who were creating chance after chance. They were the one who were attacking Liverpool. So much so that when Liverpool actually scored to go 1-0 up, right, when Liverpool went 1-0 up, what happened was Chelsea went and almost had a penalty. Sancho in the box. He got kicked by, what's his name? By Trent. And then today, I felt like VAR was just on the side of Liverpool, if I'm being honest, because that for me was a penalty. It was definitely a penalty because Sancho gets brought down. Trent does not make any contact with the ball. He kicks Sancho, but doesn't make any contact with the ball whatsoever. However, the referee says, no, that's not a foul. And he basically waves play on. Or rather, he gave a goal kick to Chelsea, to Liverpool. I'm thinking, but that's not how it works, though. He literally kicked him in the box. That's a penalty. So for me, VAR had a bit of a stinker with that one. Because even the review, if you see how long they reviewed that challenge, it was not even more than 10 seconds. They just quickly looked at it and said, nah, there's nothing. Let's move on. And basically, play went on. And then there was also another incident whereby in the box, before Salah eventually got a penalty, what's his name? Levi Colwill. He pushed Salah at on the back. He pushes him in the box, doesn't make any contact with the ball, and VAR says no goal, no penalty. I'm thinking, guys, this has got to be a penalty. He's literally brought him down in the box. It's one of the most obvious penalties out there. It's clear, guys. It's got to be a penalty. But yet again, they didn't give the penalty, and I'm thinking, okay, nah, this is just getting ridiculous. But it is what it is, I guess. What can we say? They don't want to give penalties for obvious penalties, if I may add. But yeah, they didn't give the penalty, and having gotten away with that, Levi Colwill stupidly, like what, 2-3 minutes later, he goes and he literally brings this boy, what's his name, Curtis Jones down. Like, that is a penalty. I genuinely don't get people who are saying that's not a penalty. For me, all three incidents were a penalty. All three of them were penalties. The first one on Sancho was a penalty, which was not given. The first one from Colwill pushing Salah on the back, he makes no contact with the ball. That's a penalty. And even the one where Colwill brings this boy down, what's his name? What's this boy's name? What is his name? Curtis Jones. That too was a penalty because, like I keep saying, he doesn't make any contact with the ball whatsoever. So that's a penalty. So that penalty was given to Liverpool. Salah obviously smashed it into the back of the net. No, I don't think anyone was in doubt that Salah was going to score that. Like, we know Salah, guys. He's very good with penalties. And when it comes to the big games, you just trust Mo Salah. If you're someone who wants to bet on a player to turn up in a big game, bet on Mo Salah. Because this guy is just relentless, man. When it comes to the big games, the games against the big six, the traditional big six, he just always seems to get a goal or an assist. He won't leave the game without getting either a goal or an assist. It's rare. It happens every now and then, but 9 times out of 10, Mo Salah will always deliver for you in the big games. Always, always, always. So for me, like I said, I'm not a Chelsea fan, I'm a Man United fan, but watching that game, if I was a Chelsea fan, I wouldn't be happy. I'd be upset we lost the game, of course, but I'd be proud of the performance which my team put out there. But this is literally Enzo Maresca's first season at the club. He's not even 3 months at the club. He's been there for about 2 months, and he already has them playing so well. They play some good football, and like I keep saying, to go to Anfield and hold your own like they did, it's very impressive, guys. It's really, really, really impressive because this is literally a guy who came from the Championship. I remember some fans were criticizing Chelsea, saying, "Look at Chelsea, look at Todd Bowley. They don't know what they're doing. Hiring a guy from the Championship, what's he gonna do?" He's cooking. He is cooking. And what I like about this Enzo Maresca guy, right? He's not afraid to make big decisions. Right from the summer when he was basically coming out to the press conference and telling the media that, look, there are players here who are not part of my plans, and I've told them face to face they're not part of my plans. So the only way for them to get game time is to leave the club. I'm not going to play them. And he stuck to his word. To him actually taking it onto the pitch and having his team play a good style of football, it's quite impressive, if I may, if I may add. Like, the guy is just, he's been a breath of fresh air. I mean, from the likes of Pochettino and flipping, what's his name, Graham Potter, all these Mickey Mouse managers who don't seem to have enough about them. To see someone like Enzo Maresca doing a good job at Chelsea is quite interesting. Obviously, as a United fan, I don't want to see them do too well. But the fact that they've got a squad which I quite like. They've got players who are really rating that team. You got the likes of Romeo Lavia, you got Cole Palmer, obviously. You've got Jadon Sancho, you've got the likes of Malo Gusto. They've got a very good crop of players, Caicedo as well, who I actually like. So it's easy for me to watch Chelsea games because I'm just like, half the players, I wish we had them at United, but obviously they're at Chelsea, so I'm not going to support Chelsea, but that doesn't mean that I can't watch Chelsea games and enjoy myself. And the fact that they're actually playing well, it's impressive for me. It really, really is. Like I said, when Liverpool scored that first goal, Chelsea were the dominant side. They were, and obviously when the what you call the cliche that is that goals change games, it happens to be true. Because if you watch what happened was, as soon as Liverpool scored the first goal, the momentum shifted because at Anfield, the crowd got up and then they started to back the team, and basically Liverpool started to play well, get more into the game, start creating chances. But obviously went into halftime with 1-0. Second half comes, and what? In the first 5 minutes of the second half, Nico Jackson makes it 1-1. I mean, that ball from Moises Caicedo, right? What a pass that was. From a defensive midfielder to be hitting that through ball to basically put Jackson in to go run in one-on-one. Very, very good ball, and an even better finish from Nicholas Jackson, man. I think this guy is one of those players who a lot of people give him grief. They say he's rubbish. Is that I actually think there's a decent footballer in there. Like, if I'm being honest, like genuinely, if I'm being honest, I think Nicholas Jackson is very, 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 very underrated. Like, I'm not saying he's world class. Don't get me wrong, he's not. But I think footballing ability, he's genuinely quite good. He might not be the most clinical of strikers, even though he took his finish very well tonight. But he's all round play. He's very strong. He's physical. He's very quick, and he can do the link up play. He's a good player. Honestly, he is Jackson. He's a bit of a meme. People like to basically make jokes about him, saying, "Oh, he's rubbish, this and that." I genuinely don't think he's rubbish. I don't think he's world class or anything. I don't think he's nowhere near that level, but I think he's a very good player. Honestly, I do. I think he can do a job for Chelsea. And if you're looking at that Chelsea squad in general, right? I think they're quite stacked all over the place. Like left back, right back, centre back, midfield, attack. They've got players. Like, look what happened. Maresca replaced Sancho at halftime, rightfully so, because Sancho wasn't having a best game. He was quiet. He wasn't really doing too much. He was basically flattering to deceive. In as much as I rate Jadon Sancho, I'm not going to come out and lie or pretend that he played well today. He wasn't playing well. He wasn't rubbish, but didn't do really much. He was very quiet. He really wasn't. Whenever he did get a chance or get the ball, he didn't really go past his man way too many times. Maybe once or twice he went past Trent, but the end product wasn't great. It wasn't great. So rightfully so, Maresca hooks him at halftime and brings on Pedro Neto. And if we're being honest, Pedro Neto showed to be more suited to today's game because he was very direct, going past Trent for fun. He was just beating him inside, outside, inside, outside. It didn't matter. He would just go past him and create a chance for the teammates. So for me, that was a right call from the manager, and it almost paid off because there were a few chances which Neto created. He even had a good shot by himself. So like I said, man, I was impressed with the way Chelsea played today. I really was. Obviously, they'll be disappointed with the way they conceded the goal from Curtis Jones because Salah puts the ball in there and then Jones tries to control it, but his first touch is not the best. So if Robert Sanchez had anything about him, right, he actually could have quickly rushed and made the save or taken the ball because Jones' first touch was a poor one, which basically would have allowed Sanchez to save it, but he didn't. He stuck to his touch line, but Sanchez, what's his name? Jones made a very cute finish to make it 2-1 to Liverpool. And once that happens at Anfield, we all know Liverpool have got the best defense in the league, guys. Like, they're going to basically try and fight for their lives to make sure they don't concede another one, which is exactly what they did. So, for me, like I keep saying, Chelsea may have lost that game, but trust me, if you're a Chelsea fan and you watch that game, yes, you're disappointed you lost the game, but you can easily hold your head up high and be saying, you know what, I'm proud, I'm leaving the game with something. Yes, no points, but the style of play is there. It's very clear and evident what Enzo Maresca is trying to do. And not only is he trying to do it, but he's actually implementing the style of play. They play good football, guys. Chelsea really play good football, and only a hater will be saying, Chelsea are trash. Of course, they've lost, so we're going to cook them this week, this whole week. We'll be sending memes cooking Chelsea. But if we're being truly honest with what we're seeing, for a guy who happens to be his first season in the Premier League, remember this is a guy who just won the championship with Leicester, but for him to come to the Premier League and adapt so quickly, it's very impressive from Enzo Maresca, if you ask me. So, big up Enzo Maresca. And yeah, I mean, I feel in as much as I'm giving props to Enzo Maresca, I have to do the same for Arne Slot because he's another one who has just come to the Premier League and has just adapted like a duck to water. Like, honestly, for him to come from the Eredivisie, let's not forget we've had a few managers come from the Eredivisie and we've had them come to the Premier League and they've basically been rubbish. Guy number one, or the worst manager we've seen come from the Eredivisie, we've had, what's this guy who was managing Crystal Palace? Is it Van Bommel? No. Van Bronckhorst? No. Yeah, but basically that Dutch guy who had managed Crystal Palace, he's the worst manager I think we've seen from the Eredivisie. And the second worst manager we've seen come from the Eredivisie is Erik ten Hag. Absolutely rubbish manager, pathetic manager. Can't coach to save his life. Now, having that stigma of managers who come from the Eredivisie don't really do well in the Premier League, I thought Arne Slot was going to fail. I'm not even going to lie. I genuinely believed in my heart of hearts that Slot was going to fail. I remember when I was doing my season predictions, right? In that video, I had Liverpool, and now I'm thinking about it, it sounds very stupid. I had Liverpool finishing 8th and Man United finishing 3rd. I don't know what the hell I was smoking when I did that video. I must have been very drunk and high on some drugs or whatever, because none of those predictions are anywhere near. As you speak, Liverpool are top of the league whilst United are 10th. So yeah, I had a bit of a stinker with that prediction. But as I was saying, big up to Arne Slot, man. Big up to him. He also has, he might, against the big sides, or rather today was the first time they actually played a big side, because I'm not going to talk about Man United. We're rubbish. We're 10th in the league. We can't be talking about big sides, including United. So the first time they played opposition which is in the top 9 in the league was today against Chelsea. And what he did was he said, you know what, I'm not going to go gung-ho and just all-out attack. I'm going to sit back and be a bit defensive and try to hit them on the counter, which is what it did. And it worked to a T. Trust me. It worked to a T. And this guy, he's got the best defense in the league for a reason. Because apparently prior to today, right, they'd only conceded 2 goals in the league. They conceded 1 against Nottingham Forest. Callum Hudson-Odoi is the one who scored at the Kop to beat Liverpool at Anfield. The other one they consider against Wolves, I believe. I know he scored it, and then obviously today, Nico Jackson scored the beautiful goal today. So it's just it's impressive to see them. It's impressive. But anyways, let me go through some of the comments because I see the comments are popping off. 31P89 says, I'm from, you didn't indicate where you're from, my guy. Vaco says, are you Yaya Toure? Hey, I don't know. I'm not Yaya Toure. Tevza says, do you still have doubts with Villa qualifying for top 4? 8 games played, 1 loss, and only 4 points away from top spot. I think I predicted Villa to finish 5th, if not 4th. No. My prediction, again, it's very stupid. I predicted City to win it, Arsenal to finish 2nd, United 3rd, Chelsea 4th, Villa 5th. I predicted Villa to finish 5th. I know I predicted Liverpool to finish 7th, if not 8th. I think I said 7th or 8th. And I think I said Spurs would be like 7th, 6th or 7th or somewhere there. And then I had like the likes of Newcastle to struggle, which they are struggling to be fair. But yeah, man. As for Aston Villa, to answer your question, Tebza, I didn't think they'd make top 4. And what's the table? What's the current table right now? Is it Liverpool, Arsenal? Is it Arsenal or second? I think they are. I think it's Liverpool. No, it's City because City won today. So I think it's Liverpool, City, Arsenal, and who? Who's 4th? Is Chelsea 4th? Or is it Villa? I'm not sure. I think it must be Villa. Villa must be 4th. But yeah, anyways, so I don't who's gonna finish 4th? I know the top 3 is gonna be City, Liverpool, Arsenal. As for whichever order, I don't know. I think City will still win it. Liverpool look like they might finish 2nd, Arsenal 3rd. 4th spot, Chelsea or Villa. I'm gonna go Chelsea. Yeah, so to answer your question, Tebza, I'm gonna go Chelsea. Chelsea will finish 4th. Villa won't get 4th. They'll finish 5th. I know that, like, I'm not hating on Emery. I have nothing against the guy. I rate him as a manager. But I think Chelsea squad depth will come through for them throughout the season. And also, you can see what they're doing, guys. They're playing good football. It's not like these guys are just playing rubbish football week in, week out. They've got Ten Hag who doesn't know what he's doing. They've got Enzo Maresca, a good manager here, So with all that squad depth, like, look at what they did today. Sancho's not performing. Hook him at halftime and bring in someone who's equally as good in Pedro Neto. Madueke not performing. Hook him. Bring on someone like what's his name? What's this guy? Nkunku. Jackson is not performing. He can be hooked. Someone else can come on. João Felix didn't even come off the bench. I'm sure I missed other wingers or attackers they've got. They're very stacked in their attack. So for me, Chelsea will definitely get top 4. Definitely. So Villa, unfortunately, I don't see them getting top 4 because definitely my top 3 is City, Liverpool, Arsenal, and then 4th spot, I think Chelsea and Villa will fight for it, but Chelsea will win. So Chelsea will finish 4th for me. Villa will finish 5th. They will. But anyways, Tabiki says, Salam Kardasne Edisren. Yeah, I don't know that language, but I'm assuming that's a greeting, so salam. Salam, my friend. There was a Frank de Boer. That's the guy, Frank de Boer. Frank de Boer, the worst. I remember even Jose Mourinho cooked him. When Jose, I think it was still at United at the time, right? And Jose was struggling at United. And then Frank de Boer was doing that whole interview with Dutch TV media, and he was basically saying that, Jose Mourinho is struggling at United, doesn't deserve the job, he's horrible, he must be sacked. The following week, Jose Mourinho had heard that interview, and they interviewed Jose. They asked him what are his thoughts. What's his name? Frank de Boer was calling him a horrible manager since he doesn't deserve the Man United job. What are his thoughts on that? Jose came out and just cooked him. He cooked him. He came out and said, Frank de Boer is the worst manager in the history of the Premier League. And he said, these are facts. He said, it's not even agenda. It's not hate. It's a fact. I think he didn't win a single match. I think he was manager of Crystal Palace for about 7, if not 8 games. And I think he lost all of them. I think he lost. No, I think he was manager for 8 games and he lost 7 and drew 1. So Jose said, no, the manager like that basically can't talk to me. He's the worst manager in Premier League history. And to be fair, Frank, he wasn't lying. Frank de Boer was rubbish, guys. He was absolutely rubbish. So Yeah, that's the guy. That's the guy. When it says Liverpool in eighth, bro, it was when you're making season predictions, right? There's that uh element of you wish this will happen, and then there's the realistic element. Like for me, for starters, right? Forget Liverpool being eighth. The fact that I said Liverpool United, Man United would finish third with Ten Hag at the helm, you can tell there was some wishful thinking to this prediction, right? Because if we're being honest, there was no fucking ways. I'm even swearing, sorry. I wasn't planning on swearing this live. I was trying to go through a whole live without swearing, but yeah, it happens, I guess. But basically, the fact that I said would finish third with Ten Hag at the helm should have told you I wasn't really serious. Because, or rather, it should have told you that I was wishing we'd finish third. Because under Ten Hag, we've been rubbish. We finished eighth last season. This season, it got as bad as us being 15th. Okay, now we've climbed up a bit with 10th. But the reason why I said Liverpool finished eighth, right? A part of me thought, okay, Klopp has gone. One of the greatest managers in Liverpool history. He's gone. He won everything with them, right? So I thought they were going to have that situation whereby they're stuck with trying to replace an enigma, and whoever would come in would struggle. Look at the way United handled. Look at what happened with Man United, right? When Sir Alex left, we brought in David Moyes. And David Moyes struggled, guys. He absolutely struggled. The job was too big for him. The shadow which Sir Alex left at the club was too big to cope with. You get what I'm saying? So what that led to was Moyes struggled, we sacked him. Van Gaal came, he just bored the hell out of everyone. We sacked him. Jose came, won a few trophies. Wasn't really properly backed in his 2 or 3 years at the club, so he got sacked. We then brought in Ole for the vibes because apparently the squad was just so the squad harmony and the mood of the club was just negative. Everything was bad. So we brought in Ole. He came through with his vibes football, and I can't lie, it worked for a while. No one can forget the night in Paris against PSG. No one can forget that run, the unbeaten streak during lockdown where we were unbeaten away from home. Ole was breaking good records, guys. The only problem was he didn't win a trophy. And that was partly to do with David De Gea's shit penalty against Villarreal in the Europa League final. Because Ole, for me, should have left with at least maybe a Carabao Cup and the Europa League. Honestly, he was trying. He wasn't good enough. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying we should bring him back. No. He wasn't good enough to manage Man United. But he wasn't so bad. So it's one of those things, man. It's one of those things. But like I said, the predictions for me, it was 90% proper predictions and 10% wishful thinking. And part of the 10% was me saying United would be third and Liverpool eighth. You can tell that's just wishful thinking because in as much as Klopp was leaving, right, he was still leaving a good squad. He's leaving the likes of Van Dijk, Trent, Robertson, Diaz, Nunes, Salah, Gakpo, all these guys. So I just thought this guy's coming from Eredivisie in honest slots. He's going to struggle. From what I've seen, managers who come here, your De Boers and your Ten Hags, they struggle in the Premier League. But put my hands up, I was wrong. And as long as Liverpool don't win the league or the Champions League, I'm good. If they want to win a trophy, let them win a Carabao Cup, FA Cup. No one gives a fuck about those trophies. Nobody cares. Like, that's why even when people are asking me or telling me that, no, you're going to give Ten Hag more time, he won a flipping FA Cup and Carabao Cup, no one gives a fuck, bro. Those are Minnie Mouse trophies, but we're trying to win the Premier League or at least the Champions League. Not that we're anywhere near it, at least with Ten Hag. So, yeah, it was just wishful thinking, to be honest. It really was. But other than that, my nose is giving me problems, man. So I've got a bit of the sniffles all day. But yeah, anyways, moving it on from the Liverpool and Chelsea fixture. We had another big result. Arsenal lost yesterday. Like, this is good. This is good. I know we're not directly involved in the Premier League title race, but basically we've got a 3-horse race for the Premier League, really. We've got Chelsea. Sorry, no. Chelsea are not in the title race. They're going to fight. They're fighting for fourth. They're fighting with Villa, and I think they will get it. They'll pip Villa towards the end of the season. However, we've got 3-horse race with Chelsea. I keep saying Chelsea, man. Come on. We've got Man City, Arsenal, and Liverpool, right? I don't like any of these 3 guys. But God knows I hate Liverpool. So Liverpool cannot win this come rain whatever happens, Liverpool cannot win it. They just can't do it. I'd rather have Arsenal win it, but then again, you've got AFTV and their fans and they're loud. And whenever they don't win it and they lose, I love the meltdown. I get to enjoy going to watch AFTV and chill, just like yesterday when they lost. I watched almost all of the fan camps and I was just chilling there enjoying. I was even watching Yardman. Shout out Yardman. For those who don't know, check him out. He's an Arsenal fan from Jamaica. I love his rants. He's always ranting and complaining about Arteta and all of that. So I watched that. I watched League Ghana. I watched Troops TV. I watched all of them basically. And the meltdown was just good to see. So that's why I don't want Arsenal to win. Also, when they win, they get a big headed. They make noise all over. If you check Arsenal, the chest in which Arsenal fans are walking around with on Twitter, or around anywhere you meet them at work, at school, wherever, you'd swear these guys are flipping reigning champions. You swear they've won back-to-back Premier League titles. They haven't won a league title in 20 years. So that's another reason why I don't want them to win it. But then again, I'm tired of sitting winning it, and I'm definitely not negotiating with Liverpool. Liverpool cannot win it under any circumstances. So I think City will win it. But back to Arsenal, as I was saying, them losing is a big dent for them. Because if you look at the Premier League race, right, you've got, like I said, City, Arsenal, and Chelsea. These are the guys who, one of them will win the league for sure. But what Arsenal are doing so far this season is they're killing themselves with these red cards. Because you cannot keep getting red cards week in, week out and expect your team to win. Look, you can't keep getting away with it. You can get away with it 1 week or 2 weeks. But the red card for Saliba was what? The third one this season, or was the fourth one? I can't even keep count. I think it's the third one. But still, you can't keep getting red cards and expect to win games in the Premier League. It's difficult to do so. It is. And let's be honest, even before the red card came, Arsenal were horrendous. Bournemouth were clearly the better side. Like, Semenyo should have scored. He missed. And who else? What's the other guy? I forgot his name is. But basically, Bournemouth were the better side even before the red card. So people can't even be telling me, oh no, the only reason Arsenal didn't play well yesterday or they lost was because they had a red card. Yeah, maybe with 10 men or 11 men they go on to win the game somehow by hook or by crook. Maybe they get a set piece and they score and win. Cool. But that's not the case. They played rubbish yesterday against Bournemouth, and they definitely deserve to lose the game. They were punished by Bournemouth, and Arteta can scream and cry all he wants and talk about how it's a disgrace, that it's not a red card and all of this and that. Saliba is stupid for bringing him down. I mean, he's on the halfway line, and Saliba is quick. He's one of the quickest centre backs I know in the Premier League. So for him to bring him down in the halfway line is just stupid, because he could have recovered and gotten it, But yeah, basically, Arsenal keep getting red cards, so they lose to Bournemouth yesterday, and I was happy with it, to be honest. I just thought yesterday Arsenal lost, so what I wanted to happen today was at least Liverpool to lose or draw. But I did say that at Anfield, the best result that Chelsea can hope for is a draw. It's actually what I predicted that would happen. It would be a 2-2 draw, but Liverpool won. They weren't necessarily the best side or the better side today, if I'm being honest. I thought that game neither team deserved to lose. A 1-1 or a 2-2 would have been fair, if you ask me, but Liverpool took their chances, so they won the game. So the game is the game. You can't complain, really. You can't blame them for taking the chances when they got them. So for me, with Arsenal, are they still in the title race? Definitely. It's still early, guys. I believe, what? How many points are they off top place? It's who's on top? Liverpool, right? They probably like, what, 2-3 points off Liverpool? And it's literally only October, so trust me, they're definitely still in the title race. Another thing which is killing them, besides the red cards they keep getting, is Odegaard's injured. Saka was missing yesterday. He was injured as well. Who else was out? But basically, they've got a few injuries to their best players or the most key players. So you can understand the poor performances. What I don't understand from Arteta is this nonsense of negative football that is seeming to play this season. The past 2-3 years, we've known Arsenal to be high-flying, direct, quick, on the tempo, on the money, trying to win the games, putting teams under pressure, creating chance after chance after chance. But the season is just seeming to play this very defensive football, which I don't even get, because you've got, look, I respect the defensive side of things, right? I do. I really do. However, you can't just having all those good players at your disposal. You can't be subjecting them to defensive football week in, week out, guys. Like, honestly, one of the reasons why Arsenal fans, or many Arsenal fans, have fallen in love with Mikel Arteta so far, even though he hasn't won them a trophy, is the fact that he's challenged for the title. But most importantly, right, he's not only challenged for the title, but he's challenged for the title whilst playing attractive, entertaining football. So for him to now try and do this dark arts this season, it's making no sense to me, because what are you trying to do? You've not been doing this since your time at the club. So, it genuinely doesn't make any sense to me. But I guess it is one of those things. And yeah, they've lost, and happy days for us, really. Happy days for us. There's says another trophyless season awaits Arsenal. Should Arteta be kept just because of top 4 qualification? So that's a tricky one with Arteta. You know why I say that, right? We can clearly see the trajectory they're on, and where they're headed as a club, or what they're trying to do. They can only go up because they're doing well. The only problem is that he hasn't won a trophy, or rather, the only trophy Mikel Arteta won at Arsenal, right, was with the players he didn't want, the players he found there. Those were, I believe, Unai Emery's players. He won the title with the likes of Aubameyang, Neni, flipping, what's his name? Who was in goal at the time? Ben Leno. I think at the back he still had the likes of. Did he have? Was it Mustafi or someone like that? But basically, 90% of the squad he won the FA Cup with are gone. I think the only 2 players who remain, or the only player who remains from the squad that won the FA Cup, was not Victor, what's his name? Martinelli and Saka. Those are the only 2 players who remain for Arsenal from that squad that won the FA Cup. Everyone else he's gotten rid of. He sold them, because they weren't good enough, which I rate. But to answer your question, Arteta does need to win a trophy this season. It does. You can't get away with not winning trophies year after year just because it's challenging. But what I do believe, like I said earlier on, what I do believe as to why the fans are still patient with him, or even the board is patient with him, it's all because this guy, right, has chosen to play good, attractive football. When the quickest way, or the easiest way to get fans behind you as a new manager, play good football, entertain the facts, especially if it's high tempo, quick, aggressive. Remember heavy metal football under Jurgen Klopp. I'm a Man United fan. I hate Liverpool, but whenever I'd watch them, I'd be like, geez, these guys are good, man. This is entertaining. This is fast, attacking, cutthroat, chance after chance after chance. Very entertaining. Like, I'd rather watch a game where it ends with the score being 4-3 than watch a game which ends with a 1-0 win. If my team's going to win, let us win 4-3. Because that way I know I'm entertained. I'm annoyed with conceding goals, but we keep on attacking and attacking, creating chances. For me, that's more important than just winning by parking the bus and then you get a corner and you score the header and you win 1-0. Whilst having bored me for the whole 90 minutes. That's not my type of football that I like to watch. I like to be entertained when I watch football. And I always go back to the gegenpressing with Jurgen Klopp. That team was entertaining. Peak Liverpool, COVID Liverpool, when the games were being played behind closed doors, they were just running past teams. I remember they were tormenting City and Guardiola for that period, where they would just kept on beating them. I think at some point they were beating him like 3-1 or something like that. It was a 4-1 in the Champions League. They were just smoking Man City. So for me, the reason why, to take it back to Arteta, the reason why he's still in a job and he's still quite safe is because he's entertaining the fans. However, like I said, I think this season he has to win something. It doesn't have to be the Premier League or the Champions League, but he has to walk away with at least, even if it's a FA Cup or even a mere Carabao Cup. But he has to. He can't keep on saying, oh, no, we're challenging for the league, we're challenging for the league. Yes, you're challenging for the league, but you're not winning it. So if you're not going to win the league, at least win the Carabao Cup or an FA Cup, a small something, The same with United. This season, as rubbish as we are, and this one is I'm predicting, and it's not just wishful thinking. I genuinely believe it's going to happen. And we're going to win the Europa League. As rubbish as we are, we could finish 15th, but we're still going to win the Europa League, and we're going to play Champions League football next season. You see what I'm saying? So Trophies are very important, guys. Let's not act like they're not. They are, however, I prefer the trophies to come with attractive football. That's why I can never get behind this Ten Hag in movement, because he plays the worst football. He plays the worst football I've seen at Man United. You get what I'm saying? So get me a manager who's going to play attractive football, and I'll get behind them. Even if they don't win trophies for the first season or two. But if I can see there's an actual plan. Look at Maresca. He lost to Liverpool today, but he was playing good football. So that's a good manager. You get what I'm saying? So for me, the reason why I can't get behind Ten Hag is because it's always the same BS. Rubbish football, rubbish football, rubbish football. And then win an FA Cup at the end of the season, or play rubbish football the entire season, win a Carabao Cup. Guys, I can't do it. I want to be entertained when I watch my team. I want to be happy. Yesterday, we were watching the game, right? And we go a goal down when Pinnock scores. And I'm just there. I didn't even flinch. I'm just there watching with a straight face like, honestly, man, this team is just doing what it does. We're not good. We keep getting beaten. When we at least equalize, I was happy and thinking, yeah, at least now, because second half we played well. But again, to take it back to Arteta, he must win a trophy this season. Continue playing well. Also, another thing he needs to stop, this negative park the bus football he's playing is not going to work, because it's not why he's been backed so far. He's been given lots of money. He's bought expensive players like Rice. He's bought expensive players like Gabriel Jesus. He spent money on Calafiori, Timber, what's his name, Gabriel Magalhaes. That Arsenal squad, all of it is his players or his signings. The only player I believe he inherited was Bukayo Saka. It was a youth product, but everyone else he bought, or that he bought. Kind of English is that, but he bought everyone else. You see, so even down from the goalkeeper in Raya, he's even gone and gotten Kai Havertz, 60 million from Chelsea. But let's be honest, this is a player who many people had written off. But he brings him to Arsenal, he gives him the confidence, and he improves the player. And we actually see the Kai Havertz we saw at Leverkusen. The Kai Havertz, I remember I was gutted when I saw Chelsea signing Kai Havertz, because as a player I liked. I thought United need to sign such a player. We didn't sign him, went to Chelsea. I said, flip, he's going to go cook at Chelsea now. Obviously, it didn't work out like that. He didn't have a good time at Chelsea. He ended up going to Arsenal. But the Kai Havertz we're seeing at Arsenal is definitely a different Kai Havertz to the one we were seeing at Chelsea, you know. So for me, I think it worked out well for him to join Arsenal. I think he did. He found a manager who believes in him. He clearly is one of those players who's a confidence player, who he relies on the manager being, I don't know, putting his arm around his shoulder and basically telling him he believes in him, and he's one of the best things to happen in football. So that's what's happening with Havertz. But yeah, man, I think I've spent enough time talking about Arteta and Arsenal. But just to close it off, I think Arteta needs to go back to playing good football and stop being too defensive. Yes, it's good to be defensive and not concede goals, but at the moment he's taking the piss. He's doing it way too much. So he needs to get back to being solid defensively, but actually play the attacking football that Arsenal fans have seen during his tenure at the club. So for me, Arteta must win something. Hopefully, maybe they win a young FA Cup, maybe, and finish second or third whilst challenging Man City. And just, they hope for them, I think at this point, they're just waiting for Pep Guardiola to leave, because it's like, as long as Pep Guardiola is in the Premier League, no one else is going to touch that title. He seems to just want to take it every year. He's literally walking the Premier League at this point. So yeah, like I said, it's one of those things, and I guess we just have to wait and see how the season will go. But yeah, those are basically my thoughts on Arsenal. Who do we move it on to? Spoke about Chelsea and Liverpool. Spoke about Arsenal losing. Man City. This one should be quick, man. With Man City, basically what happened was the same BS. But before I even get to the Man City in particular, I've got Erling Haaland as my captain in FPL, Fantasy League. And this bastard, for the past 2 game weeks, he's just do a damn fuck all. Honestly, like, do something, bro. What's going on? Season started on fire. He was scoring hat-tricks back to back to back. All of a sudden, he's now doing nothing. Since he did that nonsense, that be humble, telling Mikel Arteta at the Etihad after the 2-2 draw. He's not done fuck all in the league. He's not done anything. Like literally, Erling Haaland has been useless since he did that thing where he told Arteta to be humble. He hasn't done anything in the league. He's not scoring goals, not getting assists, and sticking to the FPL side of things. He's very expensive. How much is he? 15.5 million by now? But he's not scoring goals. So I'm kind of wishing I'd gone without the Haaland draft when I did my wild card, because the guys who went with Salah instead, I believe, since wildcard 6 will have had more points than Haaland, because he's not been doing anything, you know. But anyways, enough about FPL. Bringing it back to the Premier League, Man City scumbagged. Yes, they scumbagged another late winner. Like I said in the beginning of the video, John Stones saved them, and he did it against Arsenal in the 98th minute. Today, 5 minutes were added. Guess what? John Stones steps up with a big header in the 95th minute. And at the time, VAR tried to cancel the goal. They said there was a foul on the ref, or on the goalkeeper. What's his name? Jose Sa. But if we're being honest, there wasn't a foul there. What happened is Bernardo we went and stood in front of Sa for a bit, and as soon as the corner was taken, he left him. So by the time John Stones had the ball towards the goal, Bernardo was nowhere near the goalkeeper, so it couldn't have been a foul. So for me, when they said foul, I was very happy. I'm thinking, good, VAR saved us. Man City have dropped 2 points now. Not that United are in the title race. It doesn't really affect us, but I'm tired of them winning it, basically. So I thought, this is good for us, because it means they can't keep on winning. But then VAR checked it and they said, nah. They sent the what's his name? The referee to the screen to say, bro, come check the VAR. The guy checks the screen, and that's one of the first times I think I've ever seen in the Premier League whereby VAR gives a decision, or the referee gives a decision, VAR changes it and sends the ref to the monitor, and the referee actually sticks to their decision. That was good to see, because if it was last season, right, if a referee gives a decision and VAR goes against it and sends the referee to the monitor, 9 times out of 10, you knew that decision was going to be overruled. So now, I was happy to see the manager, the ref stuck to his decision. Obviously, I don't want City to win, but the fact that the referee stuck to his guns and said, you know what, actually, my decision was correct. The goalkeeper was not being impeded or anything like that. So the goal stand. I was quite happy to see that. So basically, City win, and I believe they're second place in the league right now. So yeah, moving it on from them. We spoke about Chelsea, Liverpool, Arsenal, City. Who's left? Spurs and United, the other parts of the big six. Spurs is Spurs, man. They won 4-1. Nobody cares. I literally, apart from expressions and Fuad, well, and Abby, those 3 people, I don't think anyone else cares about Spurs, so no point getting into them. They won 4-1. It is what it is. We move. Who was left? Man United. Man United themselves. We didn't really get to touch on them, and I decided to leave them for last because I'm going to end the video soon. But basically, I wanted to finish on United, and how do I put this? Ten Hag was supposed to get sacked, right? This international break. Well, at least that's what we all thought. We all thought Ten Hag was going to get sacked, but he didn't get sacked, right? However, what that meant was we get to continue with him, because I still feel Ineos bottled that decision. They basically said, when they had their meeting during the international break, they probably sat down and said, if we sack this manager, for starters, we have to pay him £17 million to sack him. And the club doesn't have money at the time. Number 2, if we sack him, we look like mugs, because we just gave him an extension flipping 2 months ago in the summer. So how are we going to give a manager an extension and then sack him this quickly? It looks like they don't know what they're doing. So I think those are the part of the reasons why Ten Hag is still a Man United manager to today. Because if we're being honest, he's not there because he's great. He's not. He just simply isn't. He's there because Ineos are trying to save face and trying to avoid looking incompetent. So he's still in the job. But like I said in one of my videos during this the international break, I said, if you look at the run of fixtures that Man United have got now, we've got a good run of fixtures. We do. So what I think will happen is we're going to win most of those games. And winning most of those games is just gonna be, it's good that United win games because as a Man United fan, I want us to keep winning games, right? However, it's bad because we're basically going to be papering over the cracks in the sense that Tenor could win 10 games in a row and I still wouldn't believe he's the right man for the job. Like genuinely, it's not even an agenda. The fact of the matter is I've seen him give me false promises or false dawns from this team whereby it's like it looks like we're on the verge of turning the corner, starting to play well, win games, but we never do. It's always two steps forwards and 5 steps back with Ten Hag. It can never just be smooth sailing. We're going forward. We're improving. We're getting better. No, we play rubbish and play rubbish and play rubbish, and then we win and we play rubbish. So it's a vicious cycle. So for me, I just want to see it ended. But like I said, Ineos bottled it, and I think they're still gonna bottle it. I don't even think they're gonna sack him this coming international break in November. I think they're gonna give him until the rest of December. So sometime around Christmas, that period, if he's really struggling and keeps on losing and losing and losing, I think that's when they'll pull the trigger. They'll be able to say, we at least gave him another 6 months, so we give him a chance. We give him players, we give him time, he just didn't perform, then they sack him, you know. But for me, if you're asking me, I would rather we go get a Nagelsmann because apparently there's a clause in Julian Nagelsmann's contract to say that, in fact, there's a clause in Jurgen Klopp's contract to say that I got it right now. Klopp is at is it Leipzig? Is it RB Leipzig or what? But I know he's with the German team in some capacity. But there's a clause in his contract to say that if, or rather when the German job becomes available, Jurgen Klopp can resign from the job and go take the German national coach team job. So all we need to do is go drop the bag on Nagelsmann, bring him to the theater. Klopp moves to the German national team, and everybody wins. We get Klopp, we get Nagelsmann, they get Klopp. You know, so for us, basically, we won this weekend. But as I was saying, first half was rubbish, absolutely rubbish. But second half, we turned things around. We were very, very good second half. I'm not even gonna lie. We were very good. We were attacking. We were bright. We were creating chances. You know, that was the best 45 minutes I've seen. No, not 45 minutes, because we didn't play well for 45 minutes in the second half. We basically played well for the first 20, 25 minutes in the second half. So, but for me personally, there was that spell, that 20, 25 minutes in the second half. That was the best Manchester United I've seen. That was the best I've seen Man United play under Ten Hag. At least this season, that's for sure. We played some good football. We were very aggressive. We were front foot, creating chances, having shots. We were doing well. You know, we were doing well. On another day, we could have easily left that game with a 3 or 4-1 win instead of a 2-1 win. You know, but anyways, yeah, that's Man United really. We won, so it's good. As for Ten Hag, I want to mention about the same thing because Ineos told me that they don't want to sack him anytime soon. I genuinely don't believe they're sacking him now. I'm pretty sure the season was Ten Hag would get sacked by Christmas, but right now I don't think so. I think he might just survive either just before or just after Christmas, but I don't see him getting to the 1st of January as Man United manager. I don't. But yeah, man. Like hopefully win the Europa League. I don't know who we're playing. Is it more? It's the budget. It's a new team, so that should be interesting. Seeing us against the team is very, very interesting. So yeah, I don't know. You guys think we're gonna be Fenerbahce away from home? This is gonna be waiting for us, trying to get revenge because we sacked him. It really is. But I see this. I don't understand. What Chelsea, and then yeah, I think this looks like it's Russian, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, this guy says, oh, the lady. This person says, "Hi, what's your name? I'm from Russia. Name is Tita." Then they say, "I'm amused." Good to hear. Good to hear. But yeah, anyways, I think we've come towards the end of the show. I promised myself I wouldn't go on for too long. I said 1 hour would be enough, and we've just about hit that 1 hour mark. But I said from the beginning of the weekend of the video, it was a good weekend of football. You know, United won, Chelsea lost, Arsenal lost. Well, Liverpool won, City won. Can't really have it all. Spurs also won. But hey, happy days for United. We've gone from 15th to 10th. It's progress. It's progress. Now on the first page, you know how it's got 2 pages, usually the Premier League table. And then the first 10 and the second 10. For 10th, we're on the first page, so not too bad. I don't know how many points were off top 4. It's probably 6, 7. I don't know. I'm not even sure. Maybe 6 points. But anyways, we're getting closer, and it's good for Man United. Like I said, when it comes to the title race, I don't know. Who do you guys think is going to win it? Honestly, let me know in the comment section. Do you think City are going to win it and make it 5 in a row? Do you think Slot's going to win it? Do you think Arteta's finally going to break the duck and end the 20-year drought for Arsenal? Do you think he's going to win it? Do you think Slot... Like, do you even think Arsenal will win the Champions League? Let me know in that. Let me know in that as well. Or rather, let me ask the question, what trophy do you think Mikel Arteta is going to win this season? And if he doesn't win any trophy this season, do you think he will be sacked? Or do you think he should be sacked? You know, but anyways, like I said, we've come towards the end of the video. Thanks to everybody who tuned in. If you haven't already, please like the video, guys. Like I keep saying, the likes help with the YouTube algorithm, so just make sure every time you tune in, hit the like button. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, guys. That also helps with the YouTube algorithm. You know, let's grow the channel and see how many we are. I think we're on 255 when I started this live stream. I think we're on 255 subscribers. So it would be nice to hit 300 by the time the year ends. You know, it would be nice, but that can only happen if you guys are hitting the like button, subscribing, and sharing the content. All the things basically to help the YouTube algorithm, you know, towards this channel to make it grow. But I really do appreciate each and every one of you who tunes in on a Sunday night. Some of you are preparing for work tomorrow. Some of you are just busy. Some are just out, not even at home. But to everyone who tunes in weekly, every Sunday night, thank you to everyone. I really appreciate it. And yeah, but yeah, like I said, to the new people, if you haven't already, please like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys soon. Peace.